me, it's sharing life. For me, it's sharing your feelings. And the title of this event is to Russia with love. And we would like to thank the same from Russia with love to all of you. Thank you.
Yuri, you're the gay pride organizer in St-Petersburg, but first tell us, what does the law that Putin signed just means for a gay person in Moscow or in Russia?
Yeah, first officials adopted such kind of laws on regional levels, and in St. Petersburg law created a huge mess, because for many people, for Russians, for locals and abroad, I mean for foreigners, St. Petersburg it's kind of European city's most beautiful and most European city, and many people were completely shocked about this law. And for example, in St. Petersburg, the title of the law is banning of public actions targeted to propaganda of sodomy, lesbianism, transgenderism, and bisexualism. And in Russian language, they use the word like homosexualism, lesbianism, with it's kind of ideology for them. And on federal level, the law, which was adopted in this year and signed by President Putin, at the last reading, they decided to change the title completely, and now it's called negotiation of traditional sexual relationships, and no one knows what does it mean. And it means that this kind of law, can be interpreted as officials want, as the police want. And it's not clear if you read this title, if you read this law, how it will be implemented. And from this point of view, it's it's a law allowing to manipulate by events, to manipulate by mentality of people. And now, since this law was adopted on the regions, on the federal level, we got a lot of crime cases, and it's one of the results of this law.
You organized a pride in St. Petersburg. How did that go? Did it go well? Was there trouble or something?
In this year, firstly, it was the first time when we got permission from authorities, but it was not a march, it was just a meeting, just standing with the placards in a special place, because in during last year, officials adopted two different laws. One is law increasing many times increasing fines for unsanctioned public actions. And now for unsanctioned public actions, you can be fined by 500 euros. And at the same time, they adopted other kind of law to allow people to express themselves in a special place. It's just a small square, and you don't need special permissions from authorities. And we used this law first in St. Petersburg. It was the first attempt, and they allowed it. But the idea of officials was to stop the event immediately after the start, according to this kind of law banning propaganda. And they tried to do it. They just said that your event is illegal because of propaganda. You are doing propaganda of homosexuality and pedophilia, because there are children close to this square. You have to stop. And after that, when we didn't agree, they decided to stop and brutally arrest all of people, and 55 or 56 participants were arrested and moved to a police station. We organized some events in St. Petersburg legally, but it was as a result of court decisions, and it was not. I talk about LGBT events, of course, and. For officials, LGBT community is some people of second-class order, or people with some different level in society, and it's why they promote these kind of laws. And for me, it's a political tool for officials to involve more people from religious fanatics, from conservative people, to get support for Mr. Putin, to get support for his party, because more liberal people don't support him anymore, and he need more people, more percentage of support in the next elections, and it will be in 5 years. And
Helsinki and Venice, they broke their sister ties with Russian cities. Should Antwerp do the same with St. Petersburg?
Yeah, actually, St. Petersburg has 89, if I remember, 89 sister cities. And some of them decided to, or at least discuss it, to break relationships, political and cultural relationships between cities. And Antwerp also had a meeting with vice major of Antwerp, and he said that we don't want to break. We would like to have a communication. We would like to push officials. In this case, we need to be in contact. We need to stay in touch, and it's why they don't want to do it. And the same, I discussed it in Denmark, and they don't want to break relations. It's for me, it's a European mind to be in communication, and I agree that it's one of the possibility not to break relations and push officials and push them, but if to break relationships, at least by a few cities, it will be much more powerful action, and it will be much more, political action. And I believe that if it will be done, this kind of law will be cancelled much faster. And if Antwerp can do it, it will be great. But I know that from Vice Minister Philip Helen, he said that we do other way. We use other.
You're a participant in the World Out Games also here in Antwerp. Do you get a lot of support from other countries, or from other athletes from other countries when they see that you're from Russia?
Yeah, it's really incredible now, because I have been 2 years ago in Rotterdam in how it's called, Yuri Games, in Yuri Games, and here's World Games. We have much more participants from different countries, especially from Australia, from United States, from Canada, from Brazil, from around the world, and we really feel the support, because when representatives of our games call our names and our country, we got applauses. And yesterday I have been in same-sex dances competitions, and we had the two couples, same-sex couples, 2 guys and 2 girls, and they were dancing. Huge, warm applauses, and it was incredible in this hall to feel it. And for me, it's really unbelievable experience. And you feel that you are not alone. You feel that you are surrounded by many people who are thinking more liberal way and more, friendly way. And it's great experience, really. And I like Antwerpen in this way, because you celebrate 10 years of equal marriage, and it's great.
The British actor Stephen Fry wrote a letter to Prime Minister David Cameron to ask to remove or to boycott the Sochi Olympic Winter Games to another city. What is your feeling about that?
To move Olympics a few months before they start, it's not so easy because of organizational restrictions. And also, if to talk about boycott of Winter Olympics in Sochi, there are very strong restrictions by Olympic Committee, and every country, if it will boycott, or delegates will boycott, they can be disqualified from the games altogether. And I don't believe that really political action will be done during Sochi Olympics by any country officially. But I believe that many participants, many athletes will do it or can do it personally during competitions or during podium or during opening closing ceremony, and we discussed such possibilities with different activists and with different athletes, and I believe that some more more active athletes will do it.
After the Olympic Games in Sochi, the Russian Gay Sport Federation will organize an open games. What do you think about that idea?
It's the first time when Russians will organize international event sport competitions for LGBT, and I hope it will be organized very well. It's the first time, of course, it cannot be organized as a real Olympics because of organization, because of money. But we believe that it can be organized because it's not political event. It cannot be banned according to this law banning propaganda, etc. And it's sport event, and sport is out of politics, and it's why Russian Federation want to organize this competition, and we invite all people from around the world, from different countries, and we can do all the best what we can to provide safety, to provide a nice cultural program and sportive competitions.
But on an open games, I imagine there will be a rainbow flag that could be seen as propaganda. Wouldn't it be dangerous?
The rainbow flag, it's policemen, when they see the rainbow flag, of course they recognize it as a propaganda, but even if you are arrested, I got arrested many times, and after you go to the court decision is usually just release you from penalties, from fines, because any symbol like rainbow flag cannot be recognized as a propaganda. Propaganda is telling teenagers that being homosexual is much more better than heterosexual, and it's how it's recognized by the court. But for policemen and for many officials, any symbol, any word about gays, they recognize it as a propaganda. But it's not for the court. It's why we believe that we can use rainbow flags or some symbols like these.
Social life. How did the law affect social life in St. Petersburg or in Russia?
It's getting harder because of safety, of feeling how it's safe to be in the city, and no one can guarantee you safety during some events, even cultural events. I remember a few events when people were attacked during photo exhibition or LGBT exhibition, or some people were attacked after coming out from gay clubs. And unfortunately, police doesn't work in this way to provide safety, and of course we will try to change it. I mean, all the activists, not me personally. And anyway, when such cases will be more and more, police department should do something to provide safety.